This video is sponsored by
Happy Milk. It's lactose-free milk.
My name is Faiza. I'm a student and a researcher. I have one kid and she's a female. I knew I was pregnant because when my husband got married to me, my mom said we should party before I moved to my husband. I decided no, cause I'm grown enough to have my own kids. So I was afraid because my husband wasn't employed yet. So I was thinking, when would he get money for us to party? So I decided, he even decided that we should have kids before we get married. So I understood and then decided to have kids before we get married. So like it all started that maybe when one night I came to him and he said, oh, he's ready now, we can have a kids because they are about employing them. So I said yes, it's good idea, we should have our own kids. We might not know whether we can have kids or no. So I said, oh, it's a good idea. So I knew I planned for it. It wasn't something new to me or something that I didn't want. We planned for it. So I knew I was getting pregnant. When it was like 1 month, I was expecting it. So we did a test and we came out positive. So I was very happy being pregnant for the first time. So like I was wondering how, like when the pregnant, I have a small tummy, so the pregnancy wasn't growing. So I was asking how I'll go to the hospital and report to the nurses that my baby is not growing. But my husband is a nurse, so he said, oh, for the first mother, that's how your stomach would be, so I shouldn't worry much. So I went for ANC and we scanned for everything was okay. We ran through all the tests and by his grace I was come out with everything negative. So I was happy to have my own baby. I really thank God for having that child. I think she's a blessing to me. Oh, it wasn't easy, but for the first time, you not experience anything, you see any maybe difficulties, pains, you'll be feeling okay. I was even working whilst pregnant. Like I got some work, it was a research work, like we were working through the rural, so I was able to work with that pregnancy and didn't find any difficulties. It all started paining when I was due. That was when I was having the contracts at night. I couldn't sleep, even standing problem, lying down problem. I was finding it so hard to even lie down. I can't breathe. Even though I can't eat, so I feel like my stomach is full. I'm getting full. I even went to hospital and explained to them any little food that I take out, my stomach will become full. I can't even breathe. Oh, because it started for long, I didn't know. Like it started for almost 2 weeks. Like I was having that feelings, like they said your water breaks. So like I saw something and I thought it was even that water break. So I explained to my husband. Already my housemates, they were telling me so many things about delivering. They said when it started, I shouldn't rush to hospital, I should wait, because if I let my husband send me to hospital, we'll delay and the nurses will be fed up with me. So they said I should take my time, I shouldn't be worried too much. So if I saw something like this, I should know that maybe it's my due. So it started for almost 2 weeks. I couldn't sleep and I was having that discharge. So like I'll be explaining it to my husband, oh, this is what's happened, this is what, and he too will call her fellow a midwife and explain everything to them, so they will cancel me, say I should wait, that isn't the due time, that I should exercise patience and wait a little more. So like, especially my landlady, she knew so much about it. She explained how maybe delivery started, so because of that I was able to exercise that patient. But when the delivery day came, they didn't even know that I was going to the hospital, because that time I couldn't even walk, like even I can't do anything. So I told my husband to send me to hospital, and he took me to hospital. That was what I was praying to. I wanted to deliver in the house, because I was having some fears, like in the hospital, they won't handle me well. Because of that, like I contributed so much money, like I do everything. That was even why I did that work, that research work, because I knew my condition. My pregnancy was 8 months when I got that job. So because of the delivery in the safest place, that was why I did that project, just to get enough money. I didn't want to go to the public hospitals, because I knew they wouldn't handle me well, especially TTH. Like any lady who has ever delivered that, they will be scaring you, saying that this is what they don't care about pregnant women. So I got scared. I told my husband I wanted to deliver in the private hospitals. So that was where I was going to attending my ANC. So like one time I fell sick. It was malaria, and the bill was so much that I thought that, oh, this is malaria and they take this amount, so what of delivery? And my husband is not working, he can't get money to afford for that. So we went and did this thing, the health insurance. So I went to the public hospital. He's working TTH, but he didn't send me there. He rather took me to SD. That's where I delivered, and they handled me like, the perception I was having about public hospital, they were too much. Even at the private sectors, they never gave me any education about how to deliver. I was just attending it. I didn't know that. I didn't get any benefit. Still, I'm finding it difficult to take care of my child, because I never had any education how to handle a baby as a pregnant mother, how to quat. It was my husband who even taught me some things. Other than that, I wouldn't know anything about. But the public SDA, they really did well. Hey, labor was like a hell to me. Like that day, I thought of my mother. I said to myself, so this is how labor is, and our mother still gave birth. They gave birth to so many children. So this is how it is. So I was asking myself, so this is how it is, and women are still giving birth. How? Like, I didn't know I would survive. I was thinking that that was the end of it all. Like, I got scared. So when I was even in the labor room, I begged the midwife to call like just to speak my last word to him. I wish I was, I thought I was dying. It wasn't, oh, labor. Oh, I can't even explain it. Like they say, like when you gave birth, I don't think I can forget about labor. it's something that you can't explain it. Oh, it wasn't easy. Look, you feel like urinating. You can't urinate. Even though when they pass you the catheter, still you'll be feeling that like maybe there's still some urinary in your bladder. They will ask you to be lying on your left side. I lie down for more than 24 hours. I was even begging them to let me sleep on my right hand side, and they said no, if the baby can't breathe. I can't explain it, but I thank God that I have my child. So happy, like when I hear the cry of the baby, I was so happy that I said to myself, oh, now I'm really a mother, and it's a blessing to me. I was so happy. So even though at night I'll wake up and be looking at her, so happy to have her. At least she's a blessing to me. As a new mother, I'm still finding it hard for some things, because my sister is now staying with me just to help me with the house chores, but still I don't find it easy. So like maybe there are times she might not be in the house, I have to do certain things. I'll be thinking of doing this and the baby will be crying. So like I'll be asking myself and the people around me, so when will the baby grow? Like I'm like, I don't know. It's like I don't know. I wish I could, like maybe I wish time could move fast so my baby will grow. Like I'm just thinking of how I'll be able to take care of her, for her to grow. Yes, because at first I didn't know anything about baby, even how to handle them, how to take them. But because like it's a rent house, I'm staying with only my husband and nobody take care of the baby. I have to do all the things. So like even wearing her dress is very difficult for me, because I think that I might hurt her, because when you're about to put on a dress, she will be just doing as if like she's finding it difficult to breathe. So like always I'm worried, and I'm worried about the child. I even tell, I don't even know how to explain, like I feel pity for the girl. So I wish I could have someone by my side, maybe someone older enough to take care of her. Because me myself, I'm feeling like I'm hurting her. I don't know anything about babies. I'm so happy to have her, but just that I'm feeling for her, like how I'm struggling to get her some things, and the way she's doing, like I don't know how to do it. That's how I'm crying for her. I just like I pity her. I wish I'm someone who already knew about babies so I can take very good care for her. Like I'm just blessed. I'm happy that I have her. Only that I wish I know so much about babies that I can able to take a good care of her. That's my worry. I'm worried about the baby. It's like I'm making her to suffer. I pity her. No, I am not. I'm just like, so even though at night they said baby don't sleep at night, so I'm always awake, and that's not something I should worry about. I'm happy taking care of her. For that one, I am not surprised. I'm always happy taking care of her. I wish I even know more. I just like to have a kid, and I thank God for that. No, that's why I'm crying. I am the one taking care of her, everything. And you know, as a guy, my husband doesn't know anything about babies. She can't even take her. So I'm going through all these things. Like seriously. Yes, I wasn't having these things, stretch marks, but now I have it. I have stretch marks. Everything of me, I wouldn't say much, cause me I have a spoilage body, and even like you not even know that I've given birth. Only the stretch marks that has happened to me. Apart from that, nothing has changed. I'm still me. I'm even happier than when I wasn't having a child. No, I want to use only the breast milk. I never get tired feeding my baby. When even she's sleeping, I want to wake her up to breastfeed her. I'm just happy. I don't want to add anything to the breast milk. That's what I just want to be feeding her. Because I want my baby to be brilliant. She should be talented. That's what I want her to be. And I think that maybe introducing something to her, she's still a kid, very, very small. So I don't want to introduce something to her and it will not be good to her health. That's what I'm scared of. If you ask the women who are bathing them to give them water, maybe they might give them maybe dirty water. They will use what they are using to bath her, to drink her, which I am not happy of. Oh yes, she was still in my stomach whilst I gave her a nickname. I used to call her Princess since then. That's what I've been calling her, Princess, Princess. Like, it's a very challenge to me. Every day I have to be inside the room. Even I can't come out. So like, I wish like maybe we will get, they said 40 days so that we'll be moving around. The weather is very bad. Our room is so warm that we have to stay inside the room. So like I find it hard being in the room all day, all night. I will be feeling warm, but because the baby, I can't bring her out. I have to stay with her. That's the challenge I have for now. Yes, I am proud of my baby because like I saw some women paying huge money just to have a baby. Like at night, I would just wake up and look at her, especially when she's sleeping, and then I saw the smile on her face. I become so happy. I hate it, like when I heard her, like she would be sleeping and then she would just cried or just do something. I'm worried, but if I see her smile, I became more happier. Because I don't know what came to her, and then she made that sound. She would just cry, make her feel like she saw something. To the mothers, like when you see that your baby is crying, try to find out what happens to her. Try to take her, comfort her. Maybe try all possible you could just to calm the baby. Everything is about learning. Don't be sitting down, looking at her, saying that you don't know what to do. It's a trial. Nobody knows anything. But because you are doing something, at least you'll be able to know all the things. Nobody born as a mother. We all started from this, so they should try to be taking good care of their child, because they are a blessing to mothers. To no kuma ishel ni yalam pa atawa. Like bukpang bamang pam. Kabato yun de bebe ma ven yala. Cause buna por pam. Ayin le ne kama onyala wahala zangta. Kabagbugo ven yalanga. Dan shell obaza itinye den dan shell ni roku buba ven yalanga. So pang ye mang pam. Kito zang iza nang ibe ne. Ka yun de ba ven yalanga. Na unzo.
This video was brought to you by Happy Milk. It's lactose-free milk.